Which standards do you think you found the most difficult to do? And to, you know, when you think looking back, and you talk about your growth, which ones are you still working on? Which ones, well, you're working on all of them maybe, but which ones do you really feel like were the hardest ones at the moment for you to feel like you had enough evidence to talk about?
Initially, they were science, technology. They were science, technology, and society, production, distribution, and consumption. And I went back and I looked at some of the PowerPoints and some of the lessons that I've done, and I realized that throughout I was combining the two. For example, America's post-war economy allowed it to keep pace in the Cold War and keep creating nuclear. I mean, the two I found were really, the two that I thought I struggled with the most, I came to realize in the past couple of weeks. I've been tying them in. I've been doing my best to tie them in all along. Those were the two that, I mean, however, throughout the semester, I really, especially teaching American history, I found difficulties trying to get those done.
Do you have your video reflections from your reasoning through writing and action research projects up yet? You know the presentations you did, are they in there yet?
No, not
Not
yet.
yet, okay.
Not yet.
It'd be great if it could be, because I was just looking to find those.
Chris, you have an interesting longitudinal view to your growth, and I enjoy that. One of the things I'm curious about is what practice or bit of your pedagogy that you've now learned to refine or to focus on, what practice best or most impacts student learning in your classroom? So if you had kind of a signature pedagogy, if there was something that you did in the classroom, I could point to it, and I could say, this is Chris. Do you know what I mean? We all have something that we pull out in our toolbox that just says, this is part of who we are. Like Hunter Associates me with all things technology. I'm wondering, what's the pedagogy? What's Chris's signature pedagogy? Or that bit that when you're sitting down in an interview with the principal from Blacksburg High School about taking a job, what's the bit that you lift out and you say, just like that?
I have two very short video clips. One is to create an environment where every child feels safe to do and wants to contribute. And I have these video clips here.
Now tell them, blurred by design.
That's blurred by design. That's
Well, sure, so that way we don't see any of the students that are protecting
Yeah.
anonymity, and I appreciate that.
I found a way to do that. Here's one that I did. Sound's not working.
The same picture.
Can I rewind it?
Yeah.
This is something that I want people to see.
Say you are in Japan in 1935 at the same time. And the same picture that came out of his doorstep comes to your doorstep. You see your emperor saying, "Thanks to General Parker, this fashion down with you." That's a good point, guys. This is something. I remind you. Go ahead. How would you guys react? We're in a war right now with terrorists in Afghanistan. How would you guys react if the newspaper showed a picture of the first morning and you see the leader of the country that defeated us standing next to our president?
Let's let's look at both sides of the issue. That's one way that I would try to get them to. I wish I could talk like the guy in the video today. But, and one more that, let's see. I have another activity where I just basically tell the kids, take risks. Take risks. It's okay to take risks. But we're studying the Renaissance, and I said the people who painted these images took risks. You don't think depicting Jesus or Muhammad or anything was a risk in those days. I mean, and in order to understand that, we need to take the risks. And that was, Charlie was there that day. And that I still think that was one of my favorite lessons, because I truly, from that lesson, was able to be a co-learner with the kids. And I mean, they were pointing things out in pictures that I had never considered. And I went home and looked up, and they were legitimate things. And that was really, I mean, I got a high off of that, I think.
Chris, do you see yourself as a middle school educator, as a high school educator, or does it matter?
I'll teach anyone who's willing to listen to me, I guess. I could go either way. I think each has its benefits. I learned this past year that middle school I thought was an acquired taste, but I think there's a lot of hidden benefits there in middle school. And I think with high school, it's fun to be able to discuss maybe more content sometimes, but I think each has its benefits, and I hope that I could do either one with equal enthusiasm. Thank you very much.
The consumption tax.